Hi, ich bin Marco von iDoc.
If your iPhone doesn't last all day anymore and you have to charge it all the time, you might have to replace the battery. The repair is a bit more difficult because the display is heavily glued in place and you should plan about 30 to 60 minutes. We recommend the following tools for the repair. You can find the tools together with the spare part and the handy magnetic pad in our iDoc online shop. All links can be found in the video description. Have fun with the repair. Before the repair, turn off your iPhone to avoid short circuits. Press and hold the standby button and one of the volume buttons, and then confirm to switch off the phone. To remove the display, first remove the two Pentalobe screws to the left and right of the lightning connector. Apple uses special Pentalobe screws here. The links to all necessary tools can be found in the video description. The display is strongly glued, so you should heat the glue to remove the display. Use a heat gun or a hairdryer. Note, however, that the iPhone is no longer waterproof after a repair. Heat the edges of the display to about 60 degrees Celsius. Take care not to overheat the device. As a rule of thumb, always heat the device only so far that you can still touch the heated area with your hand. Heating softens the glue a little bit and lets you remove the display. Now grab your suction cup and stick it to the bottom of the display. Next, pull on the suction cup and insert a plectrum into the space between display and frame. If you have been able to push the plectrum in a little bit, move the plectrum once around the frame and lever the display slightly upwards. If you can't get a plectrum into the gap between the display and the frame, you can use a thinner tool like the iFlex. But be careful not to scratch the frame nor go too far into the device with the tool. Also, when working with the plectrum, be careful not to insert it too far into the device. Heat the edge repeatedly and gradually loosen the display adhesive. Be especially careful on the right side, where the display connection cables are located. If the display of your iPhone is heavily splintered, we recommend working with adhesive tape. Take a wide piece of tape and stick it directly onto the splintered display. Then the suction cup will hold better and no glass splinters will fall into the device. Once the glue is loosened all around, you can fold open the display. Don't unfold the display too much, or the cables might get strained and suffer damage. Put a stable object next to the iPhone to support the display and make your device doesn't slip away. First, unplug the battery to prevent short circuits. Like the other connectors on the logic board, the battery connector is under a bracket. Remove the bracket's various Y-type screws. Be careful they're not the same length. Apple uses special screws again, which have a Y-shaped profile. Use a suitable Y-type screwdriver to avoid damaging the heads. The Wiha Y000 was developed together with iDoc and fits perfectly on the screws in the iPhone XS. Now remove the bracket and put all parts in the same box of a magnetic pad. Now carefully pry off the battery connector with a plastic spudger and bend the cable to the side. The display unit is connected with 3 connectors. Disconnect the 3 connectors one by one with a spudger. One of the connectors is a bit lower. Be extra careful so you don't damage the logic board. The cable on the left for the ear cup is lightly glued to the cable underneath. Be particularly careful with the cable as there may be problems with Face ID if it is damaged. Once all connectors are off, you can remove the display. There may still be some glue residue on the frame and display. The battery is glued into the phone with adhesive strips. The easiest way to remove these strips is to pull them out as flat as possible. That's why we recommend removing all neighboring parts such as the TAPTIC engine. This makes it easier and safer to replace the battery. You can also try it without removing these parts. But then it can happen that an adhesive strip tears and you have to lever out the battery. Remove the Phillips and Y-type screws from the 2 cover plates. The screws have different lengths, so sort them correctly. The best way to do this is to use a magnetic mat. Then remove the lightly glued plates. Next, loosen the screw on the cover plate above the loudspeaker connector. Remove the cover plate and then disconnect the connector. Now you can lift the speaker and loosen the rubber strip on one side. The speaker is glued a little tighter into the frame, so you have to pull a little to remove it completely. For reassembly, remove any protruding adhesive and make sure the adhesive is flush and does not cover the openings in the frame. Unfasten the Phillips screw on the TAPTIC engine and unplug the connector. Now you can take out the TAPTIC engine. Now the 4 adhesive tapes are free. The strips have black pull straps, where you can pull them out. Loosen the black tab with a pair of tweezers and pull it carefully. You can now pull out the adhesive strip with your fingers or grab it firmly with the tweezers and gradually wind it up. Keep the adhesive strips as flat as possible so that they do not tear. Hold the battery and iPhone firmly when you loosen the strips to prevent the battery from falling out. Be careful not to damage any other components or flex cables when pulling them out. If an adhesive strip tears, carefully lever out the battery with a wide spudger. Try not to bend the battery too much and, if necessary, heat the device from the underside. Once all adhesive strips are off, you can remove the battery. To fasten the battery properly and remove it again in case of another repair, we recommend that you use new adhesive strips. It is also possible that your replacement battery is already equipped with adhesive tapes. The batteries in the iDoc store always come with adhesive strips. Remove the large blue protective film and place the adhesive strips squarely on the bottom side of the battery. Make sure it's not too far up or down so you can easily fold over the tabs. Stick the tabs firmly to the edge of the battery. Then remove the large pink film from the adhesive strips. Now you can stick the battery to the phone. First, put in the battery on the top edge without sticking it in so you can position it. The connector should be located right over its slot on the logic board. Leave some space on all sides of the battery. Once the battery is positioned right, you can fold it in and press it in to make it stick. Now you can install all the other parts. First, put the TAPTIC engine back in the device. Make sure that the screw holes of the TAPTIC engine are sitting right. Plug the TAPTIC engine connector back in and fasten it using the Phillips screw. Put the speaker back in its place and push it towards the bottom so that it sticks a little. Be careful not to pinch the rubber strip under the speaker. Then connect the connector of the speaker and screw the cover plate with the single screw. Now put both cover plates in place and screw them in. Hold the plates in place at first and then gradually insert all screws. Here in the video you can see the iPhone X, but the procedure is the same for the iPhone XS. First, remove all glue residue, so the new glue will hold. But do remember that the iPhone will no longer be 100% waterproof. Before attaching the frame sticker, make sure it's aligned right. The corners and the holes for the camera show you which way is up or down. Now remove the first backing film. First, put the frame smoothly on one side of the device and press it on slightly. Then press on the sticker all around. Make sure that the sticker stays inside of the frame all around. Grab a spudger to make the frame sticker hold properly. Now you can remove the second big carrier film. You can remove the last small part of film now or after connecting and testing the display. Leaving the film on prevents the display from sticking too early. Place the display unit on the edge of the frame and lean it to a stable object so the sensitive flex cables don't get strained. Make sure your device doesn't slip away. Connect the 3 display connectors. Use your tweezers to position the earpiece connector over its socket. Carefully press the connector onto its socket. Don't slide them around over their logic board sockets or the contacts might get damaged. Now you can plug in the battery connector. Then attach the bracket plate and fasten it using the Y-type screws. Now carefully fold and close the display. Make sure the display is sitting right before you press it on. Gradually press down the display so it's sitting on the frame right. Press on the display a while to let the glue bond. Now you can fasten the Pentalobe screws at the lower end of the iPhone. Your iPhone is fixed now, and we hope it was fun for you. If you have any questions, just write a comment or check out the photo guide on our website. There you can also find spare parts and high-quality tools in our online shop. To support us, subscribe to our channel and give the video a thumbs up. See you next time.